Everyone, hope everything is going well. I wanted to discuss this video that Junk Wax Hero did, and a lot of people talked about this, and I want to get into a bigger discussion about how certain topics, why does every content creator want to talk about this and specific stories, but shies away from others, in my opinion. Those other stories should probably be covered. Now, I'm not telling what content creators should say or not. It just seems strange in my eyes, okay? And I saw this once again the other day. A lot of people were talking about it. This one Pokemon guy, he had PSA 9 cards and he thought he got gypped. Ultimately, they're like, what, $30. PSA bought it back from him. But then what ended up happening was PSA turned around and they regraded some of those cards and they turned to PSA 10s. And everyone's saying, like, that's a problem. Okay, yes. How many times does that happen? That would be interesting to note. Now, yes, people should discuss this, but why are they ignoring some other issues, which I actually covered last week? And I think this is a bigger deal. Just my own opinion, where this one McDavid card sold for $264,000 on Fanatics Collect. But if you actually go through this, and I've done multiple videos on this, no one wants to touch this. Why does no one want to touch this story about trim cards specifically? They only talk about trim cards if everyone else is talking about that. And it just seems like there's a herd mentality just in society in general, but you could also say in terms of content creation. Is it that these content creators are controlled, or do they feel more comfortable if everyone's talking about the same issue? Yes, there are NDAs that some people have to sign with some of these companies where they have to seek permission to talk about certain topics. This is one of my contacts at Fanatics. They need permission to discuss certain issues. Okay? And I'm sure that's the case with everyone else, right? You could just go to this over here. BGS 8.5, PSA 10, Trim McDavid card. Sold for what, $250,000? And that's a story that's censored that you could only see on blowout forums. And me, I'm only the only guy still talking about this. That's just really strange. And I saw this one post by Sports Card Radio and Darren Ravel, and going back to it. And he makes a very good point here. The entire sports card media landscape is compromised, corrupt, and actively working against collectors, 100%. Collect took a $4 million investment and instantly became a corporate mouthpiece by auction houses and card manufacturers. Here's the problem. Part of the $4 million came from P. Ryan, the same guy who got caught red-handed shill bidding $20,000 on his own card through Fanatics Collect. Darren Ravel, his buddies with Probstein and half the industry, they can't bite the hand that feeds them, so they don't. Yes, exactly. 9 Inch Nails reference there. And then he goes on about, like, when Collect goes soft on Rick and P. Ryan, we know why. Dr. Beck to talk about defensive shill bidding. Yeah, it's just crazy what's going on. Okay? And this was the craziest. Let me go to this screenshot by Darren Ravel on Twitter, X. This was probably one of the craziest tweet, not craziest, but I was shocked when I read this tweet by Darren Ravel because he's called out shield bidding in the past. Okay. Probstein Snipe rules and conditions said the company can place bids. I looked on their website. I did not find a TOS when it was up there. Auction houses have the same rules and do the same things. That's crazy to begin with. Insane. Is it smart? Maybe. Is it illegal? No. And that's why he's back with eBay and not in jail like the mob wants him to be. Like the mob, the average Joe in the heartland collecting his cards, living paycheck to paycheck. We're the mob. The average Joe is the mob. Man, dude. Like, yeah, I've had, some pleasant conversations with Darren Ravel and some conversations where he just flips out on me. It's just quite interesting. I just find it crazy that a lot of people were soft on Probstein and had to wait to talk about Probstein. Okay. And some people would not even mention him by names. And some people got into totally different topics, getting into the topic of race rather than Probstein. That was just insane. Okay. Yes, people can talk about whatever they want, but talking about race and all that stuff, but you're not getting into calling Probstein out by name. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Okay. Now, I wanted to get into this one interview, or it was a live stream with Professor Sports Cards. I've been going on there here and there when I get the chance. And I discussed last week about the not golden auction, but how some individuals were on the Mastro shill bid list. Some as consigners, some as shill bidders that are big in the hobby. Just take a look or take a listen to this if you didn't watch the interview or the live. It happens. But if you go down, this company, or I think it's a forensic company.
There it is.
As in Marsal. And you had an individual, it says Andrew J. Moore, CFE. I think that's what a certified fraud examiner, if I'm correct about that. So, yeah, it's just all of them. And you could type in Foreman, like the guy from SGC. Foreman, SGC, Dave Foreman, right? Sports Card Radio had an article where he was talking about how one of the Foreman brothers was like some trimmer or something like that. It was nuts, or alleged trimmer. And you see his brother? Is that his brother?
Steve and Dave.
Yeah, or some relative. So that's strange. So like the guy owning SGC at one point was on the shill bid list. Ken Golden's on the shill bid list, and there are other individuals on the Mastro payroll at the time were like shill bidding these cards. It's just ridiculous. So if everyone's up in arms about Probstein, yeah, great. Got to look at some of these other characters too. And the weird part about this is Probstein is just gonna be business as usual with all of that. What's going on?
I mean, that's what happened with Golden, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Look where he's at. That's crazy.
He's like, what's his name? I think there's going to be a third season of his show.
Yeah. Oh, yep. I heard about it yesterday.
Yeah, and then like yesterday, I don't know if it's Gio was talking about Don Diego. Yeah. Don Diego was alleged to shill bid on her ex-boyfriend's card at Heritage Auctions. By the way, Heritage Auctions terms of services, it didn't seem like she violated any terms of services because of how messed up Heritage Auctions terms of services. It's messed up. I have to send that to you. Like, I don't want to go after, another.
But you're saying that it's like that was proven that there was some shill bidding going on with her boyfriend?
Yeah. What's that dude's name? Opossum Bud? He's a Pokemon
guy.
I
like Opossum Bud.
Yeah, he did a video a couple years ago.
He's great, by the way. Great.
He's good. Yeah, him and Rattle are great in the Pokemon space.
Oh, I like Opossum Bud so much more. But I do like Rattle. But Opossum Bud's got, I don't know, something about him just, I like his stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so Opossum Bud did a video a couple years ago where he was saying that, Don Diego shill bid on Heritage Auctions. her like ex-boyfriend's card or whatever it was. And then Don Diego had a post on Instagram. Everyone was scared of talking about this because like she had a post where like all these incels and all these dudes are coming after me for whatever reason. I'm like, what the hell is this post? And then I found out Opossum Bud's video. And like Jeff Wilson had a post defending Don Diego. It was unreal. So I don't know. I don't know if I have that screenshot.
Wow.
Well, that. Yeah.
This was, I mean, that way to bring the receipts.
Yeah. So like shill bidder. I think I did a video a couple of years ago. It's like all these shill bidders are hobby all stars. Like remember that dude? I think he's our age, or maybe a little younger. He was shill bidding through his mom's company.
Yeah, I do remember
eBay account. And then what's insane is that Topps has a freaking card of this influencer. I forgot that dude's name. Like someone in the comment section, just comment down below who's this dude. He has a card. It's like $2, like an influencer card. I forgot.
I don't know the name, but it doesn't surprise me that anyone on that mantle list, like I was just rolling my eyes at the people chosen, and it's just they're all in that little circle and world, and it seems like I don't know. I only know some of them. I don't know all of them, but they want to be in that circle so badly, and they pick some odd. I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. You're coming on a day later after Gio's liking her. Here's the real take from AIH is no. It's all money. It's all a game. Yeah, I'll probably comment down below. Slap stock. They're all staying slap stock. Slap stock. Yeah, that's the dudes.
Okay, so yeah, I talked about this. I'm gonna go to the golden part 2 because I talked about that a little earlier. Yeah. Go to that. One of the brothers is an investor, or was, because they just got consigners, who were shill bidders, who were the winning bidders, and all of that. And in this, you see some famous names out here. And in the yellow over here, you see Ken Golden, right? Consigner, okay? Shill bidder, Daryl Abramovitz, okay? I may be butchering his last name, but isn't it just strange you have Ken Golden as the consigner and this Daryl dude is like shill bidding all of the
I think strange is being kind.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just seems like one of those coincidences that you talk to us about, with those loaded boxes, right? Don't you talk about those loaded boxes, and doesn't it just seem like a coincidence that all these athletes and some Yeah, I was just talking about loaded boxes and the coincidences, but yeah, why does it take the people who are perceived as conspiracy theorists like me? Why do you only get this type of information on channels like this and a few others? The hobby media is controlled. Hobby YouTube is controlled. Hobby Instagram is controlled because a lot of people are bought off and paid for. Now, I get it, in a time where inflation has gone out of control since COVID, it's harder to meet ends meet. I get it. But if you're trying to get the right information, you got to go to individuals that are perceived as conspiracy theorists. That's where you're going to get the information, the people that are demonized. So it is what it is. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about this, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.